So, throwback to 2015. It was the first time that we flew in Osaka, Japan. It was one of the most memorable moments in my life. One of the most iconic events that happened during this trip is me taking photo with this giant ice cream cone. It was so good to the point that it's been 9 years, but I still remember how good it tastes, which is why I added into this picture of mine. So in this picture, I use lines, tints and tones, as you can see in this coconut tree right here. I also use conceptual drawing because a lot of things in this picture is drawn from memories. For example, this swing right here. That swing used to be in my old house and I always play with it with my brother, but now that I moved away, I don't think it's there anymore. I wanted this picture to represent my childhood, which is why I added a lot of things that I like as a kid or important events that happened to me as a kid. For example, this ice skating show was in the time that I always begged my mom to take me to the rink so I can play there for like an hour while she go ahead and like shop somewhere else and leave me there. Stars. What is a star? Well, it's only actual definition. Star is a luminous spheroid of a plasma held together by a self-gravity blah 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 blah. Well, that is not a star I want to talk about today. To me, stars represent hope, happiness, and positivity. There have never been a time where I look up the sky and see a star and feel bad. I always go like, oh my god, there's a star in the sky. Which is why stars have always been one of my favorite shapes. I want to be the star to other people or feel like a star myself. I want to always be positive. And that is the main reason why I use star as the main focus on this picture. Once again, I used lines, pins and tones around the rope area, but this time I added a splash of blue watercolor at the middle of my star. I wanted this to represent the mistake or the problem I have been facing right now, but I also made sure that my star wasn't blocked completely by that splash of blue. I made sure that my star stood out by using colored pencil mixed with a bit of yellow watercolor. If you look closely at the end of the rope, you can say that it is ripped out or you can say it's cut out because I don't want to be tied up to anything or for someone else to tell me where I'm supposed to be at or what I'm supposed to do. And this is my final artwork. As you can see, I combined all of the major points from my previous work, like the star or the ice cream cone, into one large collage. And here is a clearer version of my work. This collage right here will be representing my future. Now, we got a few things to cover, but let's first start from the star that we saw in my previous artwork, which is from present. So, the splash of blue is still there, and you can see that there is a lot more splash of blue. But if you look closely, you can see that all of the blue are behind my star. I wanted this to show that even though I will have problems in the future, I want to be able to leave it all behind and just focus on what is going on in present day. The part on the left represents my childhood, and you can see that I ripped out the piece of the paper. This is because I don't want to be attached to my part, but I don't want to leave it all behind, which is why I use a rope to tie it all up and make it cute by adding a bow. This time I added other medias of color, which is chalk, as you can see in the flower that are floating around. I also cut out colored paper that represent how colorful my childhood was. And that is it for my sea change video. I hope you have learned more about who I am in the past, who I am now, and who I hope I will be in the future.